after 64, proven, teeny gestures women do casually that turn men on silently. Male secrets. Men after 60 aren't turned on by what most women think. It's not the dramatic makeup, the revealing clothes, or the calculated sexy performance women sometimes put on. Those things might catch our eyes briefly, but they don't capture our hearts or ignite that deep silent pull we feel toward a woman. The things that turn men on most powerfully are the small, unconscious, natural gestures women do without even realizing it. They're casual feminine cues that trigger something primal in male attraction, trigger something that bypasses logic and goes straight to instinct. Hey, welcome to my channel, it's Vernon again. Today's video I'm going to reveal 4 tiny gestures women do that silently captivate men after 60. Things women do men notice immediately but rarely talk about. These are the subtle flirting signs and nonverbal attraction signs that create effortless romantic chemistry. This is about understanding silent attraction signals and what men notice first when they're truly drawn to a woman. If you're ready to understand how men actually fall in love after 60, not through performance but through authentic feminine presence, go ahead and like this video and subscribe. This channel shares the real wisdom behind mature love connection. Now, let's begin with the first gesture. The one so small, so unconscious, yet so powerful that men feel it instantly even if they never admit it. 1. When she casually tucks her hair or it without thinking. When a woman reaches up and moves her hair, especially when she tucks it behind her ear or sweeps it to one side, it does something subtle but profound. It exposes her neck. And to a man, the neck represents softness, vulnerability, and femininity in the most natural, unguarded way. This isn't about sexuality in the obvious sense. It's about the unconscious signals that trigger attraction at a biological level. The issue when a woman exposes her neck even for a moment, it signals comfort, openness, and a kind of natural grace that men find irresistible. It's one of those subconscious attraction cues that bypass conscious thought entirely after 60, is that it's completely effortless. She's not performing, she's not trying to be seductive. The issue, she's just being herself, adjusting her hair because it's in her face, or because she's thinking, or because it's a nervous habit. And that naturalness is exactly what makes it magnetic. A woman will be sitting across from me at coffee talking about something mundane, her grandchildren, a book she's reading, the weather, and she'll casually push her hair back. And for a split second everything else disappears. It's not dramatic, it's not obvious, but it's there, that tiny seductive gesture. This is one of the most important things women do men notice when it comes to effortless female attraction. Because men after 60 have seen enough calculated behavior to recognize and deeply appreciate what's real. We respond more powerfully to these small things women do that are natural, unconscious, and unrehearsed. When a woman touches her hair in that casual way, it signals she's comfortable, she's present, and she's not trying to control how she's perceived. And that authenticity creates magnetic feminine behavior that no amount of performance can trepidation. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. The issue, and in the context of attraction after 60, nothing could be more true. The simplest gestures, the ones women don't even think about, are the ones that reach men most deeply. Have you ever noticed a woman do this and felt something shift in how you saw her? Drop a comment. Issue, because these moments are more common and more powerful than most people realize. And moments like these always shift something inside a man, often in ways he doesn't fully understand until another small gesture catches his attention, just as quietly. So, when she touches, bites, or again presses her lips without realizing. Men are highly responsive to lip movements, not in a crude or overtly sexual way, but in a deeply psychological intimacy and connection. When a woman unconsciously draws attention to her lips, it activates something primal in how men process attraction. This could be anything: applying lip balm while talking, biting her lower lip when she's concentrating, pressing her lips together when she's thinking, running her finger across her lips absent-mindedly. These tiny movements, things she does 100 times a day without noticing, become hidden attraction triggers for men watching her. Why? Because these gestures make a man unconsciously focus on her mouth, and when that happens, his mind automatically starts imagining conversation, closeness, intimacy. It's not a conscious choice, it's how male psychology works when subtle feminine cues are present. When I first started noticing my wife, back when we were just friends, one of the things that captivated me most was the way she'd press her lips together when she was thinking deeply about something I said. It was such a small thing, but it made me feel like she was fully engaged, like my words mattered, like there was a deeper connection forming. Years later I told her about it, and you know what she said? "Vernon, I had no idea I even did that." That's the point. She wasn't trying. She was just being present. The issue and that presence created silent attraction signals I couldn't ignore. As the philosopher Blaise Pascal once observed, "The heart has its reasons, of which reason knows nothing." In the context of what men notice first, these small unconscious gestures speak to the heart before the mind even catches up. This is one of the most powerful examples of women body language attraction after 60 because at this stage of life men aren't fooled by exaggerated performance. We've seen too much. But when a woman is simply herself, touching her lips while she thinks, biting them when she's nervous, romantic chemistry, these are the casual gestures men love because they reveal something real. They show a woman isn't performing for approval. She's just living, thinking, feeling, and that naturalness is what turns men on silently, deeply, and completely. And just when he thinks it's only visual cues that affect him, something else slips in, something he hears, not sees, and it deepens the pull even more. 3. When her voice softens, slows down, Oregon, becomes slightly breathier. There's a moment in conversation when a woman's presence changes, not through her body language, but through her voice. It softens just a little, slows down, or carries a warm, breathy ease. She isn't trying to sound seductive. She isn't performing. She's simply relaxed, open, and emotionally present with you. And that shift lands deeper in a man than most women ever realize. That's a quote from Peggy O'Mara. The way we talk to our children becomes their inner voice. But I'd add this: the way a woman speaks to a man becomes the emotional tone of the relationship. The issue and one of the most powerful nonverbal attraction signs after 60 is when her voice changes, softly, naturally, without effort. Men are incredibly attuned to subtle changes in vocal tone, especially after 60 when we've spent decades learning to read emotional cues. The issue when a woman's voice shifts, when it becomes a little quieter, a little slower, a little softer, it signals intimacy, trust, and connection. It tells a man without words that she's comfortable with him. This isn't about sexy voice tactics. It's about authenticity. It's the way her voice naturally changes when she's thinking deeply, when she's sharing something personal, when she's laughing genuinely, or even when she's a little nervous. Those tiny seductive gestures and vocal tone create a sense of closeness that men feel instantly. A woman will be speaking normally, clear, confident, steady, and then something shifts. Maybe she's telling a story that matters to her. Maybe she's asking a question that reveals vulnerability. Maybe she's just tired and her guard is down and her voice changes. It becomes softer, slower, more intimate. Because that shift in tone makes a man feel like he's being let in, like he's seeing a side of her that not everyone gets to see. And that feeling, the feeling of being chosen, of being trusted with her softer side, is one of the most powerful things that draw men emotionally. This is a critical piece of how to attract men naturally after 60. You don't need to perform. You don't need to work your voice. You just need to be present enough that your natural emotional shifts come through. Because those shifts, the moments when your voice reveals comfort, vulnerability, or genuine emotion, are what create magnetic feminine behavior that men can't resist. Share this video with a friend, or in a group where men need to hear this, because too many people think attraction is about grand gestures and obvious signals. But the truth is, it's these tiny unconscious moments that matter most, and when that emotional tone settles in, there's one more subtle moment, one that closes the distance without a single word. 4. When she naturally leans in while talking to him. This might sound simple, but the psychology behind it is profound. When a woman leans in, even just a few inches, it creates a shift in proximity, focus, and energy that men feel immediately. It says without words, "I'm here with you. The issue, you have my attention, this moment matters." And to a man after 60, that's everything. Leaning in reduces the physical and emotional distance between two people. It brings her closer. It makes the conversation feel more intimate. It creates a sense of exclusivity, like the rest of the world has faded and it's just the two of them in that moment. Men don't consciously think, "She leaned in, so she must be attracted." It's deeper than that. We feel it. We feel the shift in energy. We feel the warmth of her presence. We feel the tension, the good kind, that comes from closeness. And that feeling is one of the strongest silent attraction signals a woman can send. My friend David, 67, told me a story I'll never forget. He said, "Vernon, I went on a date with a woman I'd known casually for months. We'd talked before, but it was always polite, surface level. Then one night at dinner we were talking about something personal, and she leaned in, not dramatically, just naturally. And suddenly I felt like I was the only person in the room, like she saw me, and I couldn't stop thinking about her after that." That's the power of this gesture. It's not about seduction, it's about presence. It's about making a man feel seen, valued, and chosen. And when a woman leans in naturally, not because she's trying to be flirtatious, but because she's genuinely engaged, it creates effortless romantic chemistry. This is one of the most important aspects of women body language attraction after 60, because the lean-in gesture does three things simultaneously. It signals interest, it creates physical closeness, and it makes the man feel special. It's a combination that triggers attraction at the deepest level. And here's the beautiful part. Most women have no idea they're doing it. They lean in because they're interested in what he's saying, or because the environment is loud, or because they're comfortable. But that unconscious movement becomes one of the things women do men notice most and remember longest. As the great poet Rumi once wrote, "Let yourself be silently drawn by the strange pull of what you really love. It will not lead you astray." When a woman leans in naturally, she's following that pull, and when a man feels it, he's drawn to it in return. Save this video. The issue, come back to it when you need a reminder that attraction after 60 isn't about performance. It's about presence. These 4 gestures are proof that the most powerful things women do are the things they don't even realize. By now, you now understand something most people never grasp about male psychology attraction. After 60, men are turned on by naturalness, by the small, unconscious, effortless gestures women do when they're simply being themselves, by the moments when they're not trying to impress, control, or manipulate. They're just present, comfortable, and real. You see, after 60, men have lived long enough to know the difference between what's performed and what's real. And what turns us on most silently, deeply, completely, is the woman who doesn't need to perform. The woman who's so comfortable in herself that her natural gestures become magnetic feminine behavior. Brené Brown once said, "Authenticity is letting go of who we think we should be and embracing who we are." And when it comes to attraction, nothing is stronger. These tiny unconscious gestures women make, the ones they're not performing, not planning, remind us that the most captivating thing about a woman isn't what she tries to project. It's the effortless truth of who she already is. Have you ever noticed a woman do one of these gestures and felt something shift in how you saw her? Share your story in the comments. Your experience might help someone else understand what real attraction looks like. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and explore the other videos where we dive into the psychology of attraction, connection, and love after 60. Because the truth is, the best relations aren't built on performance, they're built on presence. And I'm Vernon. Thanks for watching till now and see you in the next video.